Hello, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our today's presentation, which is about how to deal with suicidal situations. I believe whoever listens to this video to the end will never have suicide as an option. Suicide is a major public health concern. It is one of the leading causes of death in the world. Suicide is complicated and tragic, but it is often preventable. Knowing the signs for suicide and how to get help can help save lives. So, what is suicide? Suicide is when people harm themselves with the goal of ending their lives, and they die as a result. A suicide attempt is when people harm themselves with the goal of ending their lives, but they do not die. When talking about suicide, you should avoid using terms such as committing suicide, successful suicide, or failed suicide when referring to suicide and suicide attempts, as these terms often carry negative meanings. Suicide warning signs. Warning signs that someone may be at immediate risk for attempting suicide include the following. They talk about wanting to kill themselves or wanting to die. They talk about feeling empty or hopeless or having no reason to live. They talk about giving up or feeling that there are no solutions. They have a feeling of being unbearable, emotional, or in physical pain. They talk about being a burden to others. They withdraw from family members and friends. Some may give away important possessions. Some may say goodbye to friends and family members, often as unusual. Some may put affairs in order, such as making a will. Some may take great risks that could lead to death, such as driving extremely fast. Some may talk or think about death so often. So, there are other serious warning signs of suicide, which include the following. Some people may display extreme mood swings, and others may make a plan or may look forward to kill themselves, such as searching for lethal methods or online or even stockpiling pills or buying a gun or even a knife or some kind of a rope. Some may talk about feeling great guilt or shame. Some may use alcohol or drugs more often. Some of them act anxious or agitated. Some change eating behavior or sleeping habits. Some people may show rage or talk about seeking revenge. You should note this. It is very important to note that suicide is not a normal response to stress. Suicidal thoughts or actions are a sign of extreme distress and should not be ignored. If these warning signs apply to you or someone you know, get help as soon as possible. Particularly if the behavior is new or has increased recently. Steps for helping someone in emotional pain. 1. Ask them if they are thinking of killing themselves. It's not an easy question, but studies show that asking at-risk individuals if they are suicidal does not increase suicides or suicidal thoughts. 2. Keep them safe. Reducing a suicidal person's access to highly lethal items or places is an important part of suicide prevention. While this is not always easy, asking if the at-risk person has a plan and removing or disabling the lethal means can make a difference. 3. Be there. Listen carefully and learn what the individual is thinking and feeling. Research suggests acknowledging and talking about suicide may reduce rather than increase suicidal thoughts. 4. Help them connect. You could save the universal suicidal and crisis phone contact so they are there if you need them. The contacts are 112 or 911. You can also help make a connection with a trusted individual like a family member, a friend, spiritual advisor, or mental health professional. 5. Stay in touch after a crisis, or after being discharged from care can make a difference. 6. You should follow up. Studies have shown the number of suicide deaths goes down when someone follows up with the at-risk person. There are quite a number of suicidal risk factors. I've just highlighted some. Suicide does not discriminate. People of all genders, ages, and ethnicities can be at risk. Suicidal behavior is complex, and there is no single cause. The main risk factors for suicide are depression, chronic pain, a history of suicide attempts, family history of mental disorder or substance use, family history of suicide, exposure to family violence including physical or sexual abuse, presence of guns or other firearms in the home, having recently been released from prison or jail. Exposure to either directly or indirectly to other suicidal behavior, such as that of a family member, a peer, or a celebrity. Most people who have risk factors will not attempt suicide, and it is difficult to tell who will act on suicidal thoughts. Although risk factors for suicide are important to keep in mind, someone who is showing warning signs of suicide may be at higher risk for danger and may need immediate attention. Stressful life events such as the loss of a loved one, legal troubles, or financial difficulties, and interpersonal stressors such as shame, harassment, bullying, discrimination, or relationship troubles may contribute to suicide risk, especially when they occur along with suicide risk factors. Family and friends are often the first to recognize the warning signs of suicide, and they can take the first step forward towards helping a loved one find mental health treatment. At-risk feelings. While you may think that their problems aren't serious enough to warrant suicidal thoughts or behavior, what really matters is how serious they perceive them. If it feels important to them in their mind, then suicide may seem like a valid option. Listen to what they are saying without offering judgments. Don't be dismissive of their experiences or emotions. Most importantly, never dismiss suicidal talk or threats. If a person is making comments that seem to indicate that they are depressed or thinking of taking their own life, you should always take them seriously. In case you are thinking or you are suicidal, or your thoughts are about being dead or wanting to die, there are alternatives to suicide. You should consider doing the following instead of suicide. 1. Do something future-oriented. It may be hard to even think of enjoying anything, so try to think small here. For example, plant a garden, buy yourself a favorite tea or coffee to have each morning. Do 5 minutes of a hobby you used to enjoy. Write out a list of your wildest dreams. 2. Do something kind. It may be that the last thing you are thinking about right now is how to be kind to other people. That's fine. You don't have to feel like it, you just have to do it. And it doesn't have to be for humans either. It doesn't even have to involve leaving the house. Here are some suggestions. Visit a pet at an animal shelter in case you have some pets. Send a postcard to someone who seems lonely. Send an email to someone you have lost touch with. 3. Find a new path. If the path you've been on is not keeping you safe, find a new one. That will mean different things, different people. It could also mean joining a church or joining a meditation group. In that case, I leave that for you to figure out. Here are some starting points. Join a church. Start practicing meditation. Forgive someone who has hurt you. You may decide to look for a new job. Start planning to make a major change in some area of your life. 4. Sign up for something new. This will give you some accountability. The best idea will connect you to other people. Here are some ideas. You may start a blog. Consider personal improvement. You may decide to go back to school and study. Consider providing service to the society. Join a club, in person or online. Sign up for a sport. 5. Do something that shakes you up. The idea here is to so completely distract you from your negative thoughts. Facing your fears will count. Here is what you can do. You can move to a new place, cut off from someone who keeps hurting you. 6. You could decide to run away. Anyway, don't run away from your problems. Physically, change where you are. Get out of your house. Go somewhere new. Consider these ideas. You may decide to go for a walk or take a trip to some place. Spend time at a public social place like a mall, a garden, or anywhere else. 7. Stabilize. Do what makes you feel the best and do lots of it. For example, watch a television series, read a novel, eat comfort foods, do guided meditation, go to bed, drink a bottle of water, take a bath. If you have listened this far, I hope you have at least a few ideas of things you can do as alternatives to suicide. Suicide prevention tips. In case the only option left for you is dying, then please consider the following. Suicide doesn't end the chances of life getting worse. It eliminates the possibility of it ever getting any better. The journey of suicide begins with giving up. Therefore, you should never, never, never give up. If you are looking for a sign not to kill yourself, then this statement is it. The person who completes suicide dies once. Those left behind die 1,000 deaths trying to relive those terrible moments and understand why. If you want to show someone that you really love them, don't die for them. Instead, stay alive for them. You are alive for a reason, so don't ever give up. When you feel like giving up, just remember the reason why you held on for so long. The bravest thing you can ever do is continuing your life when you want to die. All things are difficult before they are easy. To anyone out there who is hurting, it's not a sign of weakness to ask for help. It's a sign of strength. Healing takes courage, and we all have courage, even if we have to dig a little to find it. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. When people kill themselves, they think they are ending the pain, but all they are doing is passing it on to those they leave behind. This life, this day, your story, your pain, your hope, it matters. All of it matters. When you kill yourself, you also kill the people who love you. When you are tempted to give up, your breakthrough is probably just around the corner. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. Though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start now and make a brand new ending. The harder the journey, the more glorious the victory. If you have had a suicide experience, you could share and tell us how you handled the situation. Subscribe to our channel and feel free to share this topic. You can as well write to me at the comments to suggest a topic you would like me to cover. In case you feel that there is a way we can improve, we shall be delighted to get your advice in the comments. Thanks for your time, and let's meet in our next presentation. Don't forget to hit the bell and subscription button. Thanks for your precious time.